Today, we're talking about the real difference between employer brand and recruitment marketing. We'll discuss why Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO, is now strategically critical, and what enterprise leaders really should be rethinking right now. Hey, everyone. I'm John Graham, Vice President of Innovation, Inclusion, and Growth at Shaker Recruitment Marketing. I've spent more than a decade in recruitment marketing. I've built brands and consulted hundreds of employer brands globally. I've even led brand strategy in-house with pharma and biotech organizations and helping executives navigate complex talent markets.
Welcome to a new look and a new take. This is Shaker Unfiltered, where we break down the full world of recruitment marketing, from talent attraction and employer branding to MarTech and analytics. Join us for real stories, bold ideas, and practical insights that help you stay ahead and take your talent strategy further. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to Shaker Unfiltered, another episode, and this time we're going to go a little bit different. I want to talk to you about employer brand in the age and era of AI. It's literally, you can't miss it as a topic. But specifically, I want to share a little bit about what we're hearing and what we're working on in the area, in the spaces of GEO, or AEO, as some people are hearing. And for those who aren't familiar with the terms, GEO is Generative And for those who don't know what GEO or AEO is, it's just like SEO, but with a different letter.
Nope.
No, Generative Engine Optimization, or AI Engine Optimization. And really what we're talking about is, how do you get seen? How do you get ranked and relevant, or even influential on these LLMs or these AI models? So we're going to dig into that, and I can't wait to share what we've been working on. So here's what I believe. We're entering the most disruptive era in employer brand visibility since the rise of social media. Let that sink in. And because of the way that candidates discover employers, it's changing again. But this time, it's not just a new platform. It's a new interface layer between your brand and your talent audience. This isn't about hype. It's about structural change. So let's get into it. I want to clarify something foundationally. Employer brand and recruitment marketing are not interchangeable. Employer brand is your reputation as a place to work. It's your employee value proposition. It's the lived experience translated into market language. It builds trust over time. It answers the question, why should someone believe in working here? Recruitment marketing, on the other hand, activates the brand. It's campaign strategy, it's media placement, it's funnel design, it's performance optimization. It answers the question, how do we efficiently convert attention into applicants? In stable times, organizations can afford to let those two operate loosely connected. But in volatile labor markets, and especially in AI-mediated discovery environments, the separation becomes a liability. Reality is, if your brand narrative isn't structured for discoverability, your marketing spend becomes less efficient. And that brings us to what's changing. For years, talent discovery followed a familiar pattern. Let's see if you remember this one. So, candidate starts with a search query, they get to a results page, they click on a website, and then they submit an application. SEO mattered because candidates clicked links. But generative AI is compressing that journey. Now the pattern increasingly looks like question, answer, suggested companies. No scrolling, no second page, no blue links, often no click at all. So this is where Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO, enters the conversation. GEO is the discipline of ensuring your employer brand content is 1, structured for AI parsing, 2, semantically clear, 3, FAQ driven, 4, context rich, and 5, consistent across platforms. Because generative systems don't rank. They don't rank you the same way search engines do, let me say that. They synthesize, they extract, they summarize, and they decide which brands are authoritative enough to include in the answer set. That is a different competitive arena. And most employers are not thinking about it yet. Some are starting to come to the fore and they're asking us questions. Well, how do I ensure that I'm seen by the AI models, and how do I ensure that I come up in the answer set? Well, there's a deeper implication to consider. Employer brand used to be about perception. Now it's all about machine interpretability. If your EVP language is inconsistent, if your career site is unstructured, if your FAQs don't mirror real candidate questions, or if your Glassdoor, LinkedIn, and website narratives conflict, generative systems struggle to confidently surface you. And when confidence drops, so does visibility. This isn't theoretical. Large language models prioritize the following: structured clarity, repeated authority signals, cross-platform consistency, and explicit answers to explicit questions. So this means your employer brand must now operate on two levels: emotional resonance with humans and structural clarity for machines. And those are not always designed together. So I want to define the terrain clearly. GEO versus SEO versus AEO. How do you strategically position with those things? So let's clear this up. SEO ensures that you appear in traditional search rankings. It's your Google search, your Bing search, and so forth, any search engine optimization. AEO, or Answer Engine Optimization, or AI Engine Optimization, positions your content to be selected as the direct answer. Now, GEO ensures that generative systems include your brand in synthesized responses. These are overlapping but distinct capabilities. So for enterprise talent leaders, this matters because media budgets are rising, candidate expectations are rising, and AI-driven discovery is accelerating. So if your paid media drives traffic to a career ecosystem that AI cannot confidently summarize or reference, you're paying for attention that may never convert at scale in this new paradigm. GEO is not it's not a replacement, for SEO. It's an evolution of visibility strategy. So what should you as an enterprise leader do now? So here's 3 strategic actions that I think you should consider. You got to audit here are 3 strategic actions that I think you need to consider. Number 1, you've got to audit for AI readability. Structured headings, clear EVP statements, schema markup, question-based content blocks, and consistent job family language. Ask, if an AI had to summarize us in 3 sentences, what would it get right? So here's what I think enterprise leaders should do now. I'll give you 3 strategic actions to consider that you can start to implement immediately. Number 1, you have to audit for AI readability, meaning you need structured headings, clear EVP statements, schema markups, question-based content blocks, and consistent job family language. You should ask yourself, if an AI had to summarize us in 3 sentences, would it get it right? Number 2, align brand language across platforms. That means your website, your LinkedIn Life page, your review platforms, your paid media creative. The fact is, inconsistency erodes algorithmic confidence. Number 3, build FAQ ecosystems around real talent questions. This means not corporate messaging, but real search intent. For instance, is this company supportive of working parents? What's career progression like in biotech or R&D? What's the culture actually like? And these are questions that real candidates are asking their LLMs. You've got to be able to answer them clearly. Own the narrative before the engines infer it for you. So in closing, I want to state and reiterate, I think, what we all know, that we are in a brave new world, and it requires a brave new perspective. So we're not witnessing the end of employer brand, by no means. What we're witnessing is its redefinition. The interface between employer and candidate is no longer just human to human. It's human to machine to human, or as we call human plus. That means brand clarity, narrative perception, narrative precision, and structural optimization are now strategic imperatives, not marketing enhancements. The organizations that win in this environment will not simply adopt AI. They will architect their brand ecosystems for discoverability, credibility, and machine level clarity. That is the brave new world. And the employers who understand the rules early will define the next era of talent attraction. I'm John Graham, and this is the future of employer brand visibility. If you found this information helpful, insightful, and you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit the button so you can stay up to date on all of the things that we're covering in this rapidly changing space.